Time, an ever-flowing river, carries with it the tides of change. In no field is this more apparent than in warfare. From the days of sharpened stones and wooden clubs, we've seen warfare evolve, mirroring the progression of our civilizations. The clashing of swords gave way to the thunder of cannons, and the roar of jets replaced the galloping of cavalry. In each era, the nature of conflict reflected the state of technology, society, and human understanding. The Bronze Age saw the dominance of chariots, while the Middle Ages were defined by the feudal system and the knight on his steed. The Industrial Revolution ushered in mechanized warfare, and the digital age has seen the rise of cyber warfare and drones. Yet, behind each shift, behind every new invention and strategy, there has always been a constant: the human element. The soldier, the commander, the tactician, their roles have changed, their tools have transformed, but their presence remains pivotal. Their courage, their wit, their ability to adapt. These are the variables that no amount of technology can replace. In our journey through time, we've seen warfare become increasingly complex and technologically driven. The 20th century alone witnessed a quantum leap from trench warfare in the First World War to nuclear standoffs in the Cold War. And today, we're standing on the brink of a new era, an era of artificial intelligence, autonomous weapons, and digital battlefields. Yet, amidst the whirlwind of change, some things remain unchanged. The fog of war, the uncertainty, the need for effective leadership, the value of experience on the ground, these are as relevant today as they were in the days of Alexander or Caesar. As we move forward, we must remember to look back, to learn from our history, and to understand that in war, as in life, it's often the human elements that make the difference. As we delve into the perspectives of Douglas Macgregor, we'll explore the intersection of time, technology, and human elements in the theater of war. Douglas Macgregor, a name well known among military enthusiasts, didn't start his journey with a fully formed worldview. As a young man, he was much like any other, filled with youthful exuberance and ambition, yet unaware of the intricate complexities of the world around him. His early years were marked by an innocent naivety, a sense of awe for the feats of soldiers who executed their duties with precision and minimal guidance. He admired their discipline, their courage, their unwavering dedication to their tasks. Macgregor, however, wasn't just an observer. As he grew older and immersed himself more in the world of military warfare, he began to form his own views. He was critical of what he saw as a prevalent shake-and-bake mindset. The belief that simply throwing money and technology at a problem was sufficient to make it successful. He knew even then that it wasn't just about the tools at your disposal, but the strategy and leadership behind their use. His early fascination with soldiers' precision was no coincidence. It was the human element in warfare that intrigued him. Macgregor understood that no matter the advancements in technology or the financial investments, the success of military operations hinged on the soldiers on the front line. Their experiences, their adaptability, their insights were invaluable, far more than any remote leadership perspectives could offer. Despite the changing times and the rapid evolution of warfare techniques, Macgregor held firm to his views. He saw the disconnect between policymakers' focus on spending and the actual effectiveness of investments. He criticized the disregard for practicality and effectiveness, the prioritization of financial gains and political interests over military capability. As Macgregor's understanding evolved, so did his insights into the human element in warfare. He understood that it wasn't just about the weapons or the technology, but the people wielding them. The success of any military operation, he believed, lay in the hands of the soldiers on the front line, their leadership, and their ability to adapt and overcome. For Macgregor, warfare is not a mere game of chess played with machines and money. He sees the human element as crucial. This belief is deeply rooted in his critique of what he perceives as a prevalent shake-and-bake mindset in America. This mindset, he suggests, is indicative of an over-reliance on technology and financial investment as the primary solutions to complex problems. Macgregor argues that there's a distinct difference between throwing money and technology at a problem and actually solving it. He believes that the key to success in warfare isn't just about having the most advanced weapons or the most abundant resources. Instead, he emphasizes the importance of soldiers' first-hand experiences in testing and adapting to innovations. According to Macgregor, those on the front lines of combat offer invaluable insight that cannot be replicated or replaced by remote leadership. These soldiers, who have experienced the realities of warfare firsthand, are best equipped to understand and adapt to the ever-changing dynamics of the battlefield. Yet, Macgregor laments, decision-makers often sideline these practical insights, prioritizing instead the perspectives of those far removed from the front lines. This, he argues, is a significant issue in various branches of the military. He sees a disconnect between policy and practice, between the decisions made in the comfort of an office and the realities faced by soldiers on the ground. He warns that disregarding the insights of frontline personnel in favor of remote leadership perspectives is a grave mistake. The human element, he insists, remains crucial regardless of advancements in technology or the amount of money thrown at a problem. In summary, Macgregor's perspective underscores the importance of the human element in warfare. He challenges the shake-and-bake mentality, advocating instead for a greater emphasis on the invaluable insights and adaptability of frontline soldiers. Ultimately, he argues that the key to successful warfare isn't found in the depths of a wallet or the intricacies of a machine, but in the hearts and minds of the soldiers who risk their lives on the battlefield. Macgregor warns that disregarding the insights of frontline personnel in favor of remote leadership perspectives is a grave mistake. Macgregor's critique doesn't stop at leadership. He sees a chasm between policy and practice, especially in military spending. He argues that the focus of decision-makers often veers towards financial gains and political interests, often at the expense of military capability. This, according to him, is a systemic issue that pervades various branches of the military. To illustrate his point, Macgregor points to failed military projects like the Future Combat Systems. These initiatives, while well-funded, did not deliver on their promises. They became symbols of inefficiency where massive amounts of money were spent with little to show for it. This, Macgregor argues, is a clear example of the disconnect between policy and practice. He goes on to suggest that this shake-and-bake mindset of simply throwing money and technology at a problem is a flawed approach. It doesn't automatically lead to success. The human element, he insists, remains crucial regardless of advancements. Soldiers' first-hand experiences in testing and adapting to innovations are invaluable, and often overlooked in favor of remote leadership perspectives. Macgregor laments that the practical insights of frontline personnel are often sidelined. This, he believes, is a significant oversight. The people on the ground, the ones actually using the technology and executing the strategies, have a unique and critical perspective. Their feedback could be instrumental in creating more effective policies and practices. In his view, the true measure of investment is not the price tag but effectiveness. He emphasizes that it is not enough to simply spend money. The focus should be on how effectively that money is used, how it improves the military's capabilities, and how it contributes to the overall mission. Macgregor's critique serves as a reminder that while policy is important, it must be grounded in the practical realities of warfare. A disconnect between the two can lead to inefficiencies, wasted resources, and ultimately, a less effective military. For Macgregor, the true measure of investment is effectiveness, not the price tag. While Macgregor critiques Western military practices, he commends the adaptability of adversaries like Russia. He notes their ability to evolve their military structures, swiftly integrating new technologies into their operations. This strategic acumen, Macgregor suggests, is what sets them apart. While many in the West remain entrenched in traditional perceptions, adversaries like Russia have shown a remarkable capacity to adapt to contemporary needs. He highlights the example of units like the Third Guards Tank Army. Though their name may harken back to a bygone era, their composition and capabilities have been modernized, reflecting the changing face of warfare. This ability to evolve, to adapt, is what Macgregor believes is key in the ever-changing landscape of military conflict. Macgregor warns that fixating on traditional perceptions could leave us trailing in the wake of those who adapt and evolve. Macgregor's views are not just reflections of the past, they hold relevance for the present and warnings for the future. His critiques of Western policy towards adversaries underscore a lack of coherent strategy and understanding. He points out a persistent disregard for practicality and effectiveness in favor of political and financial interests. Despite the clear evidence of failed projects and inefficiencies, there seems to be a continued blindness to the real issues at hand. Macgregor's concerns are not just about the inefficient use of resources. They extend to a broader critique of the way we perceive and engage with our adversaries. He encourages us to question our assumptions, to value the insights from the front lines, and to recognize the importance of the human element amidst the rush towards technological solutions. As we ponder Macgregor's views, we are reminded that in the theater of war, the balance between time, technology, and the human element is not just a matter of strategy, but of survival.